Hey everyone, welcome back. I've taken a little bit of a break, as you could likely see from making videos and updates, because I have been doing a lot of work on the house and not particularly feeling like glamming it up. So today I decided to do it up even better and channeling my crybaby, Gina Lola Brigida, I don't know, maybe a little Audrey Horne, Riverdale, bad girl persona today, and hanging out in the backyard. It's a cooler day today, about 65, maybe a little bit cooler than that. And I'm having my coffee with a little bit of Irish whiskey and just enjoying the quiet time. So I was going to talk for just a few brief minutes about gratitude. And I think it's super cheesy, I know, when you hear all of these self-help groups and all of these inspirational posters on the internet, and it's always about gratitude. So many spiritual and religious traditions are going to talk about gratitude. And it might seem a little bit cheesy, it might seem a little bit silly, or maybe too simplistic, but it is a really wonderful practice, and it's something that I have put into practice myself for dealing with my anxiety and my depression and my sense of loneliness or isolation, is to what they call practice mindful gratitude, which basically just boils down to being thankful for stuff. We're taught this all the time. I mean, this is what, we have whole holidays around this concept. Looking around and recognizing what we're thankful for. And maybe in this day and age that can be difficult because it's so often wrapped together with the notion now of privilege, and people feel guilty for having things that others don't, and being in a better position than others, and being, we sometimes even feel this kind of weird survival's guilt in a lot of ways when we are not suffering as much as other people through certain circumstances. And of course, it's important to be mindful of your privileges and mindful of the benefits that you have that others don't. And the whole old adage of walking a mile in someone else's shoes, it's still very, very important, but it's just as important, honestly, maybe more important, to your own sense of happiness and well-being, to be actively, mindfully grateful as often as possible. This could be when you're laying in bed in the morning, not certain about how you're gonna get up and do anything today because there doesn't seem to be anything worth getting up to do. It could be when you're laying in bed at night and the insomnia creeps in, and you're letting your mind cycle back to all the millions of stupid things you've done or said, or all of the times that you've been wronged or wronged others. It's a really great thing to do. I mean, even in the midst of an argument with a loved one, or when you're scrolling through Facebook and you're getting super emotional and stressed about, the petty little nonsense that you might encounter people saying or posting without thought to yourself or others. Maybe you're taking things too personally. At all of these times, a wonderful way to break free of this negative circular thinking is to be grateful, to sit and actually list, whether it's on paper or in your mind, the things that you're grateful for. And they can be anything. You don't have to post that to the world. You don't have to have validation from others. Just things that you yourself are grateful for, even things that you think might be silly or inconsequential. I'm grateful for health and happiness, and the health and happiness of my friends and loved ones. I'm grateful for the roof over my head, the beautiful home that I have been able to purchase and fix and enjoy. I'm grateful for, all of those things. Yes, I'm grateful to be able to afford to live the kind of life that I would like to live. But why don't we also just break it down to the very minute things we're grateful for? Or why don't we try to think about what it is about this pandemic situation that we're grateful for, and put a little of that into perspective? There's so much that's difficult and scary, especially when you look at the world around you and the way that it is focused through the lens of social media and the lens of the media. it's easy to get bogged down with all of the scary things that are happening and all of the difficulties that we're having. But perhaps there are things to be grateful for, and you know, maybe we just need to take a few moments to, you know, try to acknowledge those things. You know, for me, I'm certainly grateful for time. I'm grateful for the luxury of time. I'm grateful for, you know, the ability to have some time to myself, actually. And I work a service industry job, and you know, that is difficult. It's very emotionally and spiritually draining. People don't often realize. And to just not have to be nice to people all day, to not have to talk to people all day, to not have to give of myself all day is something that I'm a little grateful for right now. I'm grateful for the birds that are singing, for the quiet that has fallen over the city without so many people out and about, wandering around and driving around. And you know, I'm grateful for the small acts of creativity and kindness that I've seen from my community. I'm grateful for the neighbors and the neighborhood and how this has given us all an opportunity to get to know one another and spend some time with one another, as opposed to just the hello in passing as we, you know, come in from work or leave to get into our car. I'm grateful for being so bored that I'm taking the time to call my friends and call my family and talk to them in real life, as opposed to just feeling as though liking their stuff and posting a smiley face emoji is actual connection. You know, I'm making the effort to actually connect, and that is something that I'm grateful for. There are so many other things. And I could have written a list, but part of what I'm trying to do with these updates is not script any of it and just kind of come out here with a vague idea of what I wanted to talk about and then just let it happen. You know, I'm not here trying to become an internet sensation or anything, and I don't think that I'm, you know, providing any deep wisdoms to anyone out there, but for me, it is just a way to talk to you, maybe to myself, to the ether, to the infinite void, who knows, but you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm grateful for that opportunity. I'm grateful to be in a place where I have access to the technology and the resources to just sit here and do this. I'm grateful to live in an age where I'm able to sit here and do this. This is not something that has ever been possible before, and for most of my life it was not, and now it is, which I'm also grateful for all of the positive things that are happening in the world, which I think often we fail to notice, which is pushing us forward. I do believe that the human race is moving forward, you know, whether or not it's a popular opinion, but it's an opinion I need to have, and it's an opinion I like to have, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for y'all listening to me and putting up with me and being around to allow me this opportunity to express myself so openly. So thank you, and I hope you all are well, and I will be back as soon as I'm able.